Hello. Well, I think I'm going to go for a hike. I'm going to go up to the provincial park and walk around in the nice winter hike, which I haven't done in ages. So we'll see what that's like, and maybe I'll get some inspiration. See you later. So it's a very nice day today. The temperature is a little bit above freezing. We've had a bit of a melt on the weekend. The temperatures went up very high, unseasonably high. It is March, and we had a lot of melt. Good for driving. The road is nice and smooth. So I haven't done this in a long time. Gone hiking out in the woods. Let's see what's going on. I'm trying to come up with a story for my book. I have some ideas. I'm thinking of something maybe to do with a fantasy world or a science fiction world, and I have a rough idea of what might happen. A bit of an adventure. But if I recall, the last time I wrote a book, I started with the characters themselves and what motivates the characters, and that's what drove the story. It wasn't so much the situation, but their emotions. And it became fascinating because when I was writing that book, after a while, after I came up with the characters and I put them in their situations, the characters wrote themselves. And for a while, I started simply listening to them. I came up with their motivations. I started writing them. But after a while, they wrote themselves. In a way, I was finishing the story, not so much. I had a rough idea of where it was going, etc., and so forth. But it was less about figuring out the individual plot points, but creating situations where the characters themselves that I created became alive and did unexpected things at times. Things that I had to simply write into the story. So I don't know if this is unique to creating a novel, or if this is how it normally goes. I haven't spoken to many authors, honestly, so I don't know what motivates their writing and what causes them to create their stories. But for me, it came down to simply the characters and writing them and trying to find out what happens to them. And while I became invested in their own stories, and this is what finished the story, finished the creation. It wasn't about her at all. It wasn't about trying to finish the story for her. It was trying to finish the story for me. Not so I could win her love, but so I can see what happens to these people in the story. Fascinating. It was really fascinating. But now I need something I'm missing, a spark, some kind of notion to drive the story setting forward, whether it be it in a fantasy world or in a science fiction world. That's what I need. Hopefully I'll get that with my hiking experience today. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy what the road gives me here, this beautiful, lovely road. Okay, so I've arrived at the provincial park, and I have a new toy. This is my new GoPro, and I'm going to be wearing this on my head like that. So stand by. This should fit in here, and this should go in here like that. And this will fit on my head like this. And I'll be able to take video of where I'm walking like that. What do you think? Does it look stupid? Yeah, it probably does. All right, well, see you later. Well, here I am walking down the path. It's pretty straight. It's actually a road. And I noticed lots of tracks from snowshoes and skis. I'm beginning to think I'm a little ill-prepared, but that's all right. It's only a 15-minute walk, so it should be all right. There's a trailhead here. Talk to you soon. Well, we're coming up on the waterfront here. This is a nice little groomed trail here. And as I suspected, the bay is frozen. This looks amazing. Oh, look at that. Wow, this is all water, folks. This is Georgian Bay. And the lake is totally frozen. Wow. That is nice. Well, that's inspiring. I'm sure some of this is beach, but beyond that, it's all frozen water. Wow, look at that. That is nice. This is absolutely beautiful. It's very peaceful here. There's nobody around. The sun is out. Now I know some of you are in Western Europe watching this. This is what Canadian winter beauty looks like in early March. Just beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Makes you think. I think about the early European explorers. They came here. They found this untamed land, or at least untamed in their eyes. I guess it was tamed easily by the Aboriginal Americans who were here to their fashion. But to the Europeans, this was all virgin territory, unexplored, full of resources. It's great that they kept this the way it is, like this.
And it's nice to come here when there's no other visitors around. This is a beach here, and I'm sure there would have been lots of children here in the summertime. There's a plaque here about the Reliever, which is a ship that sank here, a freighter. Lots of wrecks in the Great Lakes. This is very inspiring. There's some open water over there. I'm gonna go explore it. This is nice. We've got a bit of a spring melt here. Water trickling down. Eventually all this snow is going to disappear. And the sun is helping, of course. And spring is coming. Soon these trees will be alight with new buds. The great renewal. The great seasonal renewal. Yes, it does sound cheesy and corny. Already it's starting. What's that? Oh, I think I found some car keys. Look at that. That doesn't look like car keys. Doesn't look like a key I've ever seen. It's interesting. It's a thumb drive. Oh, it's a thumb drive. Oh, it's all wet. Oh boy, I don't even know. This probably won't even work. There's a little website on it. Finland. Oh boy. So somebody brought their keys from Finland and dropped them here on the shores of Georgian Bay. Wow. I'm gonna take that home, see if I can get anything off that. All right, well, I think it's time to head back. Enjoy the scene one more time. Beautiful. Be nice to stay for the sunset, but it's a good hour and a half drive back to my house, so I'm gonna head. See you later.
Hello, I'm back from my hike up at Awenda Provincial Park. And the first thing I did when I got home, as you might have guessed, is I tried out that thumb drive. I was very curious to see if there was anything on it. And I was wondering if it actually would work. Well, it did. It worked. I plugged it in, and up came 2 files. I guess the water didn't damage them, or the water dried out, and the thumb drive was okay. These 2 files were of extension .108. 108, I have no idea what kind of file extension that is. I tried to open them. I searched the Microsoft database for a file extension that matched it, and they couldn't find any. They couldn't find any other program that would open it. So I opened them up with Notepad, the text viewer, and all sorts of gibberish, all sorts of weird text come up on the screen. So I don't know what's on these files. I don't know what kind of files they are. I don't know if they're media files. I don't know if they're weird documents of some kind or drawings. And I have no idea how I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to have to do some research on this as soon as I can. So I also looked at the thumb drive, and I noticed that Finnish website. So I plugged it into the computer, and it came up as a cottage or cabin rental facility in Finland. So whoever owns this thumb drive and lost it subsequently is somebody who enjoys nature and going out into the wild, I guess, or staying in cabins in the wilds of Finland, I guess. And I'll never know who they are unless there's some identification on the files. Now, on my drive back, I did a lot of thinking, wondering what to write about. And I think I have a little bit of an inspiration. A spark of an idea for a story came into my head. And I thought all about it all the way down, and it melded with other ideas I've had about other stories in my head. And I think I have a spark of an idea of what to write about. So after I did the research on the files and the thumb drive, I opened up the Word document, the word processor, and I started writing. And I came up with a couple of ideas, and then, of course, I realized I have no time. It's late in the evening, and I have to prepare for my trip. I've got a trip going on, a work trip, starting tomorrow. I have to take a baseball team down to Florida for some kind of tournament or series of games. And I have to drive all the way down, because that's my job. So I'm going to take a rental car tomorrow down to South Carolina and meet the motor coach there and to continue on. And hopefully at some point in some of the hotel rooms I'll have time to finish what I started writing, if the idea doesn't disappear from my head. But all that driving is probably going to give me cause to think about it. So until next time, this is where we're at. I've got a thought of an idea. I've got a mysterious thumb drive, and we'll go from there. So see you next time.